Didn't Seth get in trouble as a kid? I feel like
he just talked back.
He just talked back. And missed curfew.
Sassy man of
but yeah.
Which is funny because he's a man of few words.
Yeah.
So
Now.
Didn't you let the guys date before? Sydel?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
16.
Thank you. No.
16.
stirring the pot.
I'm just saying.
No, 16. We got a rule of 16. Now, if they were doing it, we didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
Stephen couldn't until
I thought you said
16.
Sydel was 18.
The day that he turned 16 is when he told
No.
us about, what's her name?
uh-oh.
Mom.
I don't mean that bad. I'm just saying I can't say people's names, I don't think. Then Seth, the same thing.
No, they had okay, technically it was the same age, but I had to go through more hoops to date a boy than they had to date the girl.
What were the hoops?
Like, you didn't have to meet the girls before
Yes,
they
I
went out with
did.
them.
The girls.
No. You met them after they had told you that they were their girlfriends.
Okay, true that.
I didn't have that luxury.
But you were still dating
I couldn't
him.
suss it out a little bit before. We probably should have, though, honestly.
Thank you.
Still didn't really work.
But you're girls, so it has to be a little bit different, you know?
No.
Don't you think?
No.
Well, you let Cy watch rated R movies before I was allowed to watch rated R movies.
Who remembers that? I don't remember that.
I feel oppressed.
Okay, whatever.
Justice for the girls.
But don't y'all agree? Well, you now know. You will probably be a little bit different with Darren than with Daxon as far as worrying about her. Like, we felt less protective, per se, about the boys than we did with you. Like, I felt like I had
because
to.
I feel like if we're talking about dating and in the frame of like, who is Juju sitting next to?
Jaden Daniels,
right? His mom was like, I need to make sure like who my son is dating because you never know what these people's intentions are, da 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 da. And when you have sons who are in the spotlight and you have like, who's saying that about their daughters? Like, oh, I need to, like, that are in spotlight. Like, I need to make sure that it should be the same all the way around.
But they weren't in the spotlight back then. Like, when I didn't see them in the spotlight like them. Because we tried to keep them out of the spotlight.
But they still were being looked at.
But for me, it was because I'm a woman, that I know the things that come at you as a woman. So I wanted to protect you from a whole lot of things and things that I wasn't necessarily protected against when I was growing up. And nothing against my mom parenting or whatever. In general, I know that we're just different as women. And so I also felt like your dad could do a lot with that with your brothers because he was a male and he could understand them. I understood more about you being a female. So I was more protective of you because of that. I just wanted to shield you. Because I remember that time after that whole blow up of you getting your whooping at 16 and calling Shelly and saying, I just didn't want what happened, decisions I made when I was your age for you to make the same ones. So defaulted to the whooping versus there probably could have been other ways to handle that situation. But that decision was made out of fear. Like, I was afraid that you would make the same mistake I made when I was that age.
Sure.
With an older guy. Because it was a similar situation.
Are you
me
yes
dating
and your
an
mom?
older guy.
Sure. You're sure in your mom?
No, I'm
sure.
like, sure. Like, sure.
So that's where that came from.
For me, it wasn't, with you and your brother, it wasn't so much a gender thing because, and I think we've talked about this, Stephen and Cy are pleasers and they're very much, they don't want to color outside the lines. They don't want to get in trouble. So for Cy, he is very rule-based. We call him Dudley Do-Right. We just kind of knew that Cy was very...
Your favorite?
Hell no. Woo!
He's not the favorite.
She keeps asking that.
She
I'm
didn't
like,
say no, Cameron.
You're both very different. Cy he was not a risk taker. You from a very young age have been a risk taker. You grab knives, you run on glass, we thought you had a problem with literally.
Oh, I thought that was a figure of speech. I'm like, I don't never heard that one before.
She like took shoes off. We're like, don't run over there and there's glass over there. She took her shoes off and ran in the glass, ran in the emergency room.
I have a very high pain tolerance.
She does.
You can get her
just get up and run off. And I'm like, girl, you're bleeding from everywhere.
And she would always say, I okay.
Yeah, you would.
We moved into the house we moved in Oregon. Your room was above the garage. And the first thing Daddy and I said was, I don't know know if we should have her room above the garage because we literally could see you
That's
in
one of my
10 years
confessions.
crawling out the window.
No, I've jumped out of that.
See, exactly.
I have. No, I'm
I
so
did not
serious.
know that. Like, that's who you are. So it wasn't a
Well, you
gender
know what I
thing.
did
It was
was-
you versus I. That's
when it
what
was, kind of my senior year, I went because the office is right by my bedroom.
Yes.
And when you the I can't collect my thoughts. What did
The
I do?
little patio balcony.
So yeah, I went to the office and there's a patio off of the office balcony.
Yeah.
I jumped off the roof and then just I'm so freaking tall. I just basically like hung off the.
You put your toe. Your
Did you really? Did you really?
I snuck out. I am just remembering that.
I cannot believe I manifested this. This is the first time.
And I
Where
think
did
I
you
just
go?
left the front door open and I went. I don't know. I think I went out with my friends. My like
Shelly,
Anna.
no,
What's
she
her name?
got it honestly. Her daddy jumped out.
No,
the
he
window.
did not.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That was part of the
No.
story in college.
that's a
that he,
separate story.
But your daddy jumped out the window.
did not.
Your daddy.
Your
On
daddy.
our second floor,
No.
that same apartment where the fight went
I
down.
suggested-
Why did he need to jump?
No,
Because she didn't want them to see him coming out the bedroom downstairs. So he jumped out the window
I
of the roof.
suggested it, but he didn't do it.
So you pushed him out?
No,
Gave an opportunity to
We did the
himself,
walk of
and then you
shame.
made an executive decision.
we
You're
did the walk
going.
of shame and boo boo. And were you there?
I wasn't there.
We did the walk
Do
of
you ever
shame.
have a walk of shame?
No, I actually
No?
haven't. I haven't had a walk of shame.
Because you just leave proudly.
I haven't though.
Like, my shoes on, and here I come.